What is the Grand Bazaar? Situated in the historical peninsula of Istanbul, the Grand Bazaar stands as one of the most captivating stops where history and commerce intertwine to create a mesmerizing world as soon as you step in. The history of the Grand Bazaar. The history of the Grand Bazaar dates back to the 15th century, reaching the Byzantine era. During the Byzantine period, a small series of shops, one of the world's oldest markets, existed in the market area. After the conquest of Istanbul, under the command of Fatih Sultan Mehmet, the bazaar was expanded between 1456 to 1461 and began to be referred to as the Grand Market. During that time, the market was a popular center for fabric trade, and all the income from the market was transferred to Hagia Sophia by the order of Fatih Sultan Mehmet. In the era of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, the Grand Bazaar was further expanded with new shops, a mosque, a madrasa, an inn, and fountains, becoming one of the most magnificent centers of the Ottoman Empire. Many of these structures suffered significant damage from major fires and earthquakes over time. After the Great Earthquake in 1894, the Grand Bazaar was severely damaged, bringing commerce to a halt. With the great efforts of Sultan Abdülhamid II, the Grand Bazaar was rebuilt, taking on the form we see today. You can spot Sultan Abdülhamid II's signature on the main gate of the Grand Bazaar, Gate 7, in Beyaz Square. Is the Grand Bazaar worth visiting? The magical atmosphere of the Grand Bazaar. The moment you set foot in the Grand Bazaar, you'll feel like you've entered an atmosphere intertwined with history. The narrow streets, wooden shops, and windows adorned with traditional Turkish motifs offer an experience akin to time travel. As you get lost among historical pedestals, arcades, and courtyards, you'll deeply immerse yourself in the spirit of old Istanbul. Strolling through thousands of shops. What is sold in the Grand Bazaar, Istanbul? The Grand Bazaar is like a vast labyrinth with approximately 3,000 plus shops. Each shop is filled with unique products and stories. While wandering among various product types such as precious stones, handmade carpets, silver jewelry, antique items, leather goods, and hand-embroidered textiles, you'll encounter the works of rich Turkish arts and crafts. If you want to explore the Grand Bazaar with a knowledgeable guide who can show you the best shops, products, and bargains, you better book a guided walking tour here. Historical pedestals, in pursuit of precious treasures. One of the oldest sections of the Grand Bazaar, the historical pedestals, is located at the heart of the market. Divided into different categories like jewelry, leatherwork, fabric, and precious stones, pedestals are particularly famous for precious jewelry and handmade accessories. The showcase of each shop displays dazzling diamonds, emeralds, rubies, and many other precious stones. The shopping experience in historical pedestals forms a bridge between the wealth of the past and the aesthetics of the modern age. Handicrafts and antique shops. The Grand Bazaar is not only historical, but also a place where traditional Turkish handicrafts thrive. World-renowned Turkish carpets, silk fabrics, handmade ceramics, and glass products can be found in the colorful shops of the Grand Bazaar. Additionally, the market is a focal point for antique collectors, hosting shops where you can find items from the Ottoman period, including antique furniture, clocks, and other rare pieces. Why is the Grand Bazaar so famous? Taste and Aroma Feast, the culinary world of the Grand Bazaar. The Grand Bazaar is not only a place for shopping, but also renowned for its rich Turkish cuisine. It is filled with colorful shops offering fresh spices, dried fruits, teas, coffees, and sweets. While wandering amid the aroma of spices, You can taste traditional Turkish tea or experience the ritual of Turkish coffee. Mosques and fountains within the Grand Bazaar. Amidst the shopping atmosphere of the Grand Bazaar, you'll find mosques and fountains that offer a spiritual tranquility. Historic structures like the Nuruazmanai Mosque and the Tu Mahmud Fountain can be visited within the market. Taking a short break in these places allows you to step away from the intensity of shopping while experiencing the historical and religious depth within the Grand Bazaar. For a more personalized and flexible experience, you can book our private tour here and enjoy the services of a licensed and experienced guide. You can visit the highlights of the Grand Bazaar, such as the historical bedestans, the handicrafts and antique shops, and the culinary delights, or discover the hidden gems of the market, such as the old mosques, fountains, and inns. The story of the Grand Bazaar, legacy of trade and culture. The Grand Bazaar is not just a shopping center, it is a rich source of Istanbul's trade and cultural history. Spanning from the imperial period to the present day, this historic market has undergone many changes. Despite this, it has carried the unique essence of a place where history and trade intersect. While exploring the Grand Bazaar, pondering the stories carried by each shop and every alley provides a glimpse into the depth of Istanbul. If you are interested in the cultural and historical aspects of the Grand Bazaar, you can join a small group tour here. The charm and richness of the Grand Bazaar. Strolling through thousands of shops, we've delved deep into this enormous market exuding the scent of history and commerce. The richness and diversity of the Grand Bazaar reflect not just a shopping center, but an expression of a cultural treasure. This adventure offers an unforgettable opportunity for both history and trade enthusiasts to understand the texture and richness of Istanbul. As you wander through the streets of the Grand Bazaar, you'll get lost in this magical world and experience a journey deeply intertwined with history. One last question. Is the Grand Bazaar cash only? Of course not. Check the available tours around the Grand Bazaar.